All right. Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Caring Caregiver Show. I'm your host, Savvy Makalena, the founder and CEO of Give Me a Break, which is a nonprofit organization that is caring for caregivers. And we are here to bring back the joy of caregiving. That's right. Each week, we help caregivers to survive. I know I always say survive because you never really think your journey is about survival, but it really is. Again, 50% of all caregivers will pass before the one they're caring for. And if you're 70 and older, that statistic shoots up to 70%. Until I can change those statistics every time I talk to you each week, until that statistic goes down, I will relentlessly be connecting you with ways to support your wellness, your self care, and connect you to resources. And that's what we do. Again, we're here for you to survive. So check us out, gab808.org, for more information. And we're here for you to help you to do that. Give Me a Break also offers you a break every week on our support session. And you can join our support sessions. They are, oh, I want to change this view because you guys know I'm really picky. There we go. For those of you who are watching live, our caregiver support sessions are every week, every Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Simply type in on Zoom our meeting ID, which is also our phone number. It's that simple, 808-754-3787, gets you on. Anyone can join, whether you were caregiving before and are no longer caregiving. Trust me, you still have that trauma. And if you're caregiving right now and things are crazy, or if you know it's coming, and you know what? We all know it's coming. Even if you're somebody who has a caregiver that takes care of you, join us. You might learn ways that you can be more supportive to all the wonderful things they do for you. We're here for you. We're currently going through the Letting Go of Caregiver Guilt series, and it's really a great series. It's pretty deep, and it really makes you have to think. And so we had some amazing comments last night, and we really talked about, how we can find our purpose and mission in life. And so it was a real soul searching session. And for those of you who were on, it was amazing. And so we look forward to next week where we're really going to deep dive that a little bit more. But remember, it's all about community. That's what we're doing, is we're bringing community to you, and you have a community. You're not alone. So join us. Join us every Tuesday again, and it's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Hawaii time. Okay. Also, the Caring Caregiver Show is brought to you by Givers Guides, and Givers Guides is an online magazine. It's here for you. It is a giver's guides, a caregiver's guides to caregiving, written by caregivers for caregivers. We know your point of view. And so it's exclusively done that way. And next month's issue is really about to hit your inbox. And it's just about to go. I mean, there's only a couple more days, and the holiday issue is out. And our holiday issue is really fun. It's not only got some really great articles in there to help you to get through and cope through the holidays. There's just time for self-care kind of goes away. And so how to self-care through the holidays, some great tips on that. And it's the 12 days of self-care. And also we have our top 10 best gifts for caregivers. So you need to get this in the hands of people and share those top 10 gifts. Make sure you have a subscription. And it's really just $24.99 for the whole year. And you can go to giversguides.com to get your subscription today. Please do, because the profits go to help support what we do with Give Me a Break. And we need all the help we can get. So make sure you get your subscription. Quick announcement. There is time to register now. Let me get this one on. There we go. For a virtual grief support group session that's coming up called Navigating Grief Through the Holidays. And this is with our own Melinda Chinen, who writes our article every month in our Givers Guides magazine. And she's joined by a podcaster, a grief podcaster, Nina Rodriguez. And that's coming up on the 5th of December, in just a few days. And you can go to our website, gab808.org, for more information on that and a link to register. So do that. Also on our Facebook page, if you're joining us today and you're on our Facebook page already, you can see it there and register for that grief session. Melinda's amazing, and she just has a very different approach to how to cope with grief and how to cope with your guilt, and totally understands caregivers as she's one herself. So that's that announcement. And today is the 29th of November. And this is the last week of National Family Caregiver Month. So if you haven't hugged a caregiver yet, please do. Please go and hug a caregiver right now, or just caregivers, hug yourself. You know how to do that. And we're going to give you a great hug right now, because I want to bring to you your mindful moment for the day. And let me get Audrey on here. So Audrey, of course, is our yoga and meditation instructor based on the Hawaii Island. Aloha, Audrey. How are you?
Aloha. Good morning.
Welcome. Please take away the mindful moments and everyone enjoy. And it's all you.
Awesome. P.S. I love Melinda. You just mentioned her. She is absolutely fantastic. So, mindful moment today. We're going to do a little bit of breath work. You may have heard this word going around. It's literally a specific way to breathe, and it will activate things for you. So, if you're about to go to bed, if you're watching the replay or listening later, maybe wait till tomorrow morning. It's a great way to start the day. I find it gets me a little hyper, so I don't tend to do it towards the end of the day. Disclaimer. Okay, so you're going to sit upright, feet on the floor. If you can, take your shoes off. It's a great way to ground. And then for this one, you might like your hands on your lap, or just let them dangle by your sides. Close the eyes. Arrive in your space, arrive on the seat, arrive in this beautiful and magical body. And we'll take a big inhale together through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with a little bit of a sigh. Okay, so if you want to open the eyes for now, go ahead. The way we breathe for breath work is 2 ins and 1 out. So we inhale and exhale through the mouth as well, all of it. Usually it's in through the nose, out through nose or mouth, but for this one, it's all through the mouth. It's a little bit different. Again, if you have high anxiety, or if you're about to go to bed or take a nap, maybe hold off on that for now. So when you're ready, inhale again, and exhale. So you'll inhale kind of up in the chest, and then the second inhale takes the breath down into the belly. So again. Nice and slow like that to begin with. Inhale again, exhale. One more time together. So when you're ready, we'll do that maybe a minute or two so that I don't overstay my welcome. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And you might sit up straighter, and then let it go on the exhale. And again, inhale, exhale. And again, in, out, in, out. Close the eyes if you want now, and just allow your body and your breath to find its own rhythm. Nice. Maybe a couple more like that. On the inhale, visualize the joy, the peace, the miracle, whatever you want to bring in, coming inside your body. On the exhale, release whatever you no longer want to hold on to. And again. Three more together. Last one. Big exhale. Now Nice. If you haven't yet, go ahead and close the eyes. And now we're going to find our breath again. Big inhale. It's a slow one now. Big, long inhale. Allow the breath to reach this lower part of the belly. And exhale. Through the nose, we're regulating the system again. And again, big inhale. And exhale through the nose. We'll do that one more time. Big inhale. And exhale. Nice. Whenever you repeat this breath work, and for now, just allow your regular breath to start again, the breath that happens without us thinking about it. If you come back to this breath work and do that, just know that sometimes our hearts start beating a little faster. That's the activation. It might bring up some tears sometimes, which is a great way to release. You don't have to have a reason. Just let yourself cry. Let the emotions, I always say tears are emotions that come out from our eyes. Let that happen. So have tissues ready. And you might get hot, so have layers. And then always, always, always allow time after a couple of minutes to come back into that really deep, really slow, really regulating breath. And then allow everything to settle. You'll sit just a little bit taller. Make sure you're not frowning. Release the eyebrows. Release the jaw. I always like to make a couple of jaw circles. Make that funny face. And then soften the shoulders. Left hand to the heart. Right hand over it. And repeat after me. I am whole and complete. I am strong. I am healthy. I am love. I am capable. And then you get to say your own, whatever else you want to say. I am affirmations. As always, thank you, Savvy, for having me. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I am so appreciative for you.
Thank you
for being with us this season. Audrey, you have been amazing, and for giving those mindful moments from your heart. So we look forward to next season, and I'm so excited for you. Have a wonderful holiday. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Aloha. Oh, that is so amazing. I love that we take these mindful moments, and I cannot even tell you how many compliments I get. So many of you have commented in the chat and have also sent separate DMs to me. Thank you so much, and so appreciated what you do, Audrey. So excited about that. Thank you. And I hope you had a wonderful time with your family, and that you made it a point to reach out to a caregiver and caregivers. And I hope that you accepted help from your family this past week, caregivers, because that's exactly what we needed to do. I know that some of our caregivers had a feast as entrants to our contest received the Thanks Caregiving dinners for them and their caree. And I really want to send a real big shout out and a lot of heart to the team at Habilitat. Thank you so much. This year they did everything, cooked, plated, everything, and donated the Thanks Caregiving dinners complete with pumpkin pie. So thank you so much for what you did, and for sharing with caregivers. And especially to Jeff, Nash, and Justin, and the team out there. Thank you so much for everything that you did. And I was so, when I picked up the dinners, I was so excited and so appreciative. I forgot to take a photo. So I'm sorry I don't even have a photo to share with all of you this year, but thank you. And I will definitely get something to post later on our Facebook page. So I cannot stress to you all enough to please vote for the Caregiver of the Year. Go to our website, gab808.org, and just click on one of the Facebook posts. Please vote for our caregivers. We only have a few more days till the contest is over. And remember that each vote is like a hug. Every time that you vote for one of our caregivers, you're hugging them and showing them that they're okay and that they're not alone. And of course, remember that the winner of our contest does get a Pamper Cruise for two, but it's really about sharing that awareness, sharing and knowing that they're not alone and that you're not alone and that everyone has our journey and that we are coming together as a community. And so, in light of that, I have asked a couple of our contestants to come on today and share their story. And really, this is what it's all about. So, if I could, I would really love to bring on Dr. George Ackerman, who can share his story. And aloha, George, how are you? It's so wonderful to have you come on and meet you. Really appreciate it. And don't mind me, I'm clicking all over. I'm my own IT person. So welcome.
Thank you, and thank you to your viewers for giving me the opportunity to share our journey. It's really an honor to be here.
Yeah, so tell us, and I know you're going to be coming on again in our next season, and I'm excited to talk a lot more. But today, I really just kind of wanted you to share, if you could, just a few minutes of your caregiving journey.
Yeah, unfortunately, my mother passed 4 years ago due to Parkinson's disease and dementia. I myself was a lawyer, a police officer, and I have a PhD, and I always had a passion for helping victims of crime. So that was my career. I was kind of thrust into the world of caretaking, caregiving, and it's something that I value. Meant the world to be able to care for my mother, but at the same time, I felt alone. I felt unprepared, and I don't know if you ever can be, but I've learned so much. I lost my mother. She was my best friend, but I have gained a lot of incredible people like you in my life. And I wouldn't be able to really cope today, even move forward without individuals like you and your audience for really giving us an opportunity. My mother had Parkinson's for 15 years. She was very independent and very friendly, really loving person. Didn't tell our family that she really had it. She didn't even want to share that she struggled. She would always say to me, go worry about yourself and your kids. Don't worry about me. So
Yeah.
until about 3 years towards the end of her life, it really accelerated so badly that I had to take over everything from, driving to shopping to her whole life. So that kind of thing is just very tough to even explain to someone who, for 67 years lived independently.
Yeah, yeah. And it's tough, especially when you're dealing with dementia related and mental and brain diseases and Parkinson's as well. So bless your heart for that. I know that's a tough journey, and we all have walked that path, and I'm still walking that path. And we all are so thankful to have this community. So because our contest is really all about, encouraging other caregivers, what would you like to say to the caregivers out there so that they can know that they aren't alone and how important maybe community is or how that has helped you? What would you like to say to them?
I started Together for Sharon.com. I don't get paid for it. We do everything completely free. It's really just resources to let individuals like caregivers and those diagnosed know that they're never alone. There are people like me out there fighting for you. We send our love and care, and we don't want anything in return except for a cure someday. I've been lucky. Unfortunately, there's about 1 million people in the U.S. with Parkinson's, but I discovered recently there's 10 million throughout the world.
Wow.
So I've actually interviewed 400 people in the Parkinson's community, and
Wow.
from Africa to England to Spain to Italy to Australia, and I've been able to share their journey. So now, what I look towards the future, not just for hope for a cure, but really that's not just about me and my mother anymore. It's about everybody. So the more I can share, even our story to people who don't have Parkinson's and people who are not in the Parkinson's community, it means a lot because until we get everyone in the whole world together, we won't have a cure. So again, I'm honored for the opportunity, even for a few moments, to speak.
Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. And I can't wait to talk more about that mission and journey and purpose that you have when you come on in the next season. So you guys gotta tune in when we start season 11 and hear George's mission and story. So thank you so much for coming on today, George, and for sharing that and for really just being the amazing person that you are and taking your journey and turning it into something wonderful. So I'm excited to learn more about that next season. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. And thank you. And
Aloha.
thank you to all of your fans and viewers. And I wish you all even through tough times, holiday, but a happy new year too.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, George. Aloha. Wow. See, and so you're not alone, you guys. You aren't really. There are other caregivers who totally get it and can feel it just like you. In fact, I have one more. I want to bring on Vera Maria Sato. Hi, Vera. Aloha.
Hi.
How
Aloha.
are you?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. So please tell us a little bit, a quick story about your caregiving journey.
Okay. My caregiving started in August 2022, so I guess a year and 4 months. It's been a very bumpy journey because my mother moved in with us. She was on the Big Island. She was cared by my brother for many years, and then 9 months later, before my mom came, my sister took care of her. Allowing the course, family members had a hard time wanting to care. They had their own personal things. So I took my mom, and then me and my husband decided we'll be our full-time caregiver. It was this time of our life is very hard because it's all something new. Dealing with dementia and the elderly world, resources are really hard. So I started to connect. We went to a lot of workshops. We trying to connect with everybody that can help us in this field. But it's really hard because I also still need to work full time. So my time is very limited. My mother came to me with it's kind of like an alien because my sister gave me her wrong Medicare card. I had no birth certificate. I had no social security. I had to ask my siblings, but I were having a hard time, so I just did it on my own. My sister is the only one out of 5 siblings that's retired, and she's a nurse. But she refused to help me. Everything I do was wrong. So I disconnected with her, and I had to start from square one to get my dad passed away, so I had to get his death certificate, my mother's first birth certificate, and marriage certificate. I had to take my mom down to the Social Security to change her address and everything. I wanted to put her in adult daycare. I had to go get 2-step TB. Although my sister was like, but I got it. But I go, yeah, but you didn't give it to me. Yeah. So I started from bottom, and it was really hard, because you play the weight game. I got her services now. So we're in a good place now. I got her medical doctor. She's able to be placed in a daycare. She's doing well. I got her handy van services, but it's really hard. It still is hard.
It's a real journey. Yeah, it really is.
And everything costs. So, if anything happens to my mother, I don't know because money-wise, she doesn't have anything for much services, but she has the land still yet that we're trying to sell. So, I had to get guardianship, conservatorship. And that was really hard getting her diagnosed.
Yeah.
Also, because everything is the legal system is not what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and you were kind of out there without those resources, so you have to I went through that same journey, right? I didn't know what to turn to. I didn't know who to talk to. I kept banging my head. I didn't even know where to find stuff. I was digging through boxes, and going through the sale of my parents' home, and so I totally relate with you, and seeing that you're in a better place now. And and Vera, by the way, those of you who are watching and are listening later in podcast, Vera does come to our sessions from time to time, and so you have a community now.
yes.
And I hopefully that helps. And I know you enjoyed your Thanks Caregiving dinner. So,
Yeah.
And I got to meet your mom, which was amazing. And just your beautiful family and your husband. What a team. But thank you also for the wonderful gift that you shared with me.
You're
And I know I have it right here. What did I do with it? I got it. It was right here. And I said I wanted to share it and hold it up. But she makes these wonderful bracelets, and I was so happy to receive it because that's your therapy.
Yes.
So I wanted you to just share that, because I think that sometimes our caregivers need to hear that that you can do some things that make you happy, that are therapy for you to kind of help you cope with some of the hardest times. But share with them what you do while I look for. I just had it sitting right
Okay,
here.
I make these bracelets. It just very started with Halloween, with themes, and it's my therapy because being in the world of Alzheimer's, everything is like a weight game, and you wait. But when I do these bracelets, because that's my thing, it takes me half an hour to an hour, and I have an end result. So I know that I can accomplish something, and I did something for the day. Whereas trying to do it everything takes way more than a day, takes months.
Yeah.
And so I like doing these bracelets, and then I get to give to people who appreciate it. And
Yeah. Thank you
that's
so
my
much. And I
that's
do
my
appreciate it.
de-stressor.
I'm so excited. And I love these kind of things. People don't normally think that about me, but I love these things. And I love the little snowflake and my little Christmas tree. And I'm so happy. I can't wait to start wearing it every day for the holiday season. So thank you so much. And I
You're
know there's a lot of love in it. And I also know that sometimes there's a lot of frustration that releases from it. So it's a wonderful thing. And I appreciate you coming on today, even though for a short time, to share your story and to share what you're going through, and know that you're not alone, and neither is anyone else listening. So thank you for that. And thank you for your time today, Vera. Really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. And for all that you do. Thank you.
Thanks.
Happiest holidays to you and your family. Aloha. All right, everybody, that's it. This is what the contest is all about. It's not about who wins. It's about creating awareness and connecting community, because we're all out there and we need each other. We need one another. So please, please, please get out there, get on our website, and please vote, 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 vote. Get out there and show all these caregivers that they are appreciated and that they are seen. That's why we do this. And of course, our gala is coming up. It will be in January. So please watch and pay attention for that. You don't want to miss our gala, where we're going to celebrate our caregivers and just have an opportunity to meet one another and be able to relax for an evening. Right. And my biggest mahalo to all the caregivers who show courage every day. My heart to all of you for sharing, for those of you who had the courage to enter our contest and share your story, and for being there. Whew, it is a wonderful time of year, isn't it? I love my bracelet. Thank you so much, Vera. And so because it's that time of year, it's also another time of year that I wanted to talk about. And that's that Medicare time of year, you guys. It's open enrollment. And open enrollment is a really important time. And especially for me, I'm getting it together because this is my Medicare year. And you guys know that. And so I really want to invite our next guest, Leilani Sullivan, who is with Premier Benefit Consultants. What happened here? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Here we go. Let's hit that and that. Ta-da! Welcome, Leilani. Are you there? I'm not sure why you're not on the screen. Maybe she froze, so she'll show up in just a second. Can you hear me? Unmute your mic. Let's see if I can get her on. All right, let me take her off really quick. And Leilani, if you can hear me, nod. Nope, she disconnected. Okay, well, maybe she'll come back on again, and we'll have Leilani come back on. I know that she's got a signal that kind of comes and goes because she's also moving. Oh, let's see. There she is. I think we got her. Yay! I did it. We did it. What a team. Welcome, Leilani.
Goodness, as soon as you said that, disconnected. Okay, so I'm glad to be back.
Yes, wonderful. It's so wonderful to have you here. And so I didn't get an opportunity to put your contact information up on the screen. So we will definitely do that before you sign off. But tell us about what open enrollment is really all about and why it's so important, especially for caregivers.
Yes, so it starts in October 15th to December 7th is the annual enrollment period for people who have Medicare and they want to review their plan. The reason why it's important during this time is it's your time to assess what you have. The plans change every year.
All the time.
Your health change, yeah, your health change, of course, and you want to make sure that you have the right plan for yourself for that year. And we represent all of the Medicare plans in the state, so we can provide that unbiased advice to people who have Medicare. And I work with a lot of caregivers, but I didn't realize how hard. I mean, I knew that it was hard work, but when it was time for us to take care of mom and dad, oh my gosh, that was an eye opener, because now, yes. So during the annual enrollment period, you want to make sure that you or your loved ones are on the right plan for the following year.
Yeah. So you guys have till December 7th now. But what kind of advice? I know you, and I love that you said an unbiased, because it's true. You're not out there trying to, scam anyone or tell anyone that you have to do this or you have to do that. I know a lot of people who do the Medicare, and in all honesty, every single person has so much heart. And I just love meeting you and getting to know you, because you really do care. You really care about helping somebody to understand what will fit their needs, right? So how do you kind of go about doing that? Like, walk me through it. I'm going, hey, Leilani, how you doing? It's my Medicare year. So give me a quick walkthrough on what I need to do.
So first off, we want to make sure that your doctors are network and your medication, because unless you want to change doctors, we want to make sure that your doctors accept the plans that you sign up or review. Another important thing is your medication. If the plan doesn't cover your medication, then what good is it? Because you'll be paying more out of pocket. So that's the main questions that I would ask. Budget comes into play, and often the accessibility. So if you live on the Big Island, you may not have the same plan as someone on Oahu or Maui. So it's different. You may look on Medicare.gov and do a comparison, but sometimes people don't enter the zip code, and then all of the plans pop up. So it might not be the plan that's right for you. So it's critical to ask the right questions, because if there might be some agents that call in, a lot of people who have Medicare, you'll receive a lot of mail, a lot of calls from whoever, right, wanting to sign you up on plans that might not be the right fit for you. So the right questions definitely is part of that assessment. And then once you get that information, you go through all the plans that they, you offer, and see what's right for that person. And then at the end, they will know which is right for them. So it's basically asking the right questions.
Right. And being open about what your needs are. I think also thinking a little ahead about those needs is really important too. Do you need Medicare, or do you also need Medicaid? Do you need, a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G? I don't know. There's so many different letters, right? And so it's important to ask those questions and think about the needs that you may have now, not just as a caregiver, but also as somebody who will eventually be taken care of. We're all going to be taken care of. And so we want to plan ahead for that, because perhaps the one we're caring for now, or our kupuna, didn't think about that. And so they don't have what they need. And so understanding that is super important. I agree. And I agree that if you don't even know the right questions to ask, then be open about what your situation is. And someone like Leilani has heard it, trust me, and gets it. But the more information you give her, the better she can tailor what your needs are to the right plan.
Yeah. And also, Savvy, I wanted to add that a lot of people are not familiar with the programs that's provided by the state or the federal government. So, for example, Extra Help is a program. Not many people are aware of it, but it could help pay for prescription drugs and their coverage. I wanted to share a story. I work with the Cancer Center in Hilo, and the case manager asked me if I could help this patient. And they already they were already on a plan, but her prescription drug was, thousands of dollars because it was a chemotherapy drug. But she didn't know that she qualified for extra help. So went through the process. She qualified for extra help, thankfully. And I got a letter from her daughter, and she sent me a letter saying, "Thank you, Leilani." It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing us to spend, quality time with my mom. So she had 4 months to live, but her medication went from $1,000 to $8 for a month supply. So
Oh
stuff
my
like
goodness.
and
Wow.
that I still have it in my email. I'm sorry. This story always gets to me, but
Yeah.
it's just helping that family to spend time with mom was very valuable to me.
And I'll tell you, and absolutely, because I'm trying to fight that myself. I'm the host here, but I know so many that I hear these horror stories about not having the money for medication and not being able to, that their Medicare doesn't cover it, or that they don't have the coverage, and that they have to figure out ways to come up with money to pay for the medication, and that they can't go without the medication or they're going to lose their life. And I've sadly heard of those who couldn't afford it and have lost their loved ones, and that they had to make do. And I just don't think that that's acceptable. I don't think making do is acceptable. And I know there are a lot of other programs and things out there, but having someone that has that kind of heart like you do, Leilani, and this is why I connected with you and brought you on the show as well, and to share a story that so many can relate to. Thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you. You're so appreciated for doing that. I mean, you're actually on the Big Island right now, right? You live here on Oahu, but you're actually on the Big Island. Do you go like every week, right?
I do. I'm actually in Kona, so that's why I'm in my car. I have my office in Hilo, so I'm glad that I was able to connect and I got good Wi-Fi.
I know. Thank you so much. And thank you for making the time to do this, because Leilani was actually supposed to be on the show last week and couldn't make it. And the signal, the Wi-Fi was just so off. And so thank you for doing that today, and sending you a great big hug right now, and thanking you for everything that you do and for coming on the show and sharing that. And please, can you just really quick put out your number to contact you to everybody?
Yes, 808-478-1137. And I do have added the 478 1137.
1137. You guys got that? And if not, go back and listen to it again. All right. So contact Leilani. She's standing by her phone right now, and she'll answer any questions that you have and really help you find the right Medicare plan. Do it now. You guys only have about a week. So this is the last time we can get this together for you during open season. And she'll be back on next season again, too, if you missed it, during the open season in February, to help talk about more things, to ways to get the coverage you need. And it's really about a quality of life here. So thank you for that. Thank you, Leilani. And you can always see her ad in our Givers Guides magazine as well, you guys. So check the website, go to Givers Guides, get your subscription, and you'll always have a connection to Leilani as well. So thank you for that. And thank you for all your support to Give Me a Break and to caregivers. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you.
How you on? Aloha.
Aloha.
Whew. I know this is a show, and I haven't even gotten to the review of the season. We've got so much more to cover really quickly, you guys. But again, I'm going to tell you, vote now. Please get on there and vote. Go to our website, gab808.org, and vote for caregivers. Show them love. Show them that you care. And please help us help them, because this is a fundraiser for Give Me a Break as well. And so we appreciate what you do and appreciate all that caregivers do and your support. Whew, man, it's been a great season. And what a way to end that season. Thank you, Leilani, for, of course, helping me fight back tears again, because this is what we do as caregivers, you guys. We feel that emotion right down to our soul. But, and let me just take one moment here to share screen. so I can get this up here. And there it is. And it's right there. Look at that. I did it. Awesome. So this season has been amazing. Season 10 was an awesome season. You guys all know that you can go to the caringcaregivershow.com and you can see listen to any of these podcasts. And you can always go back to our Facebook page, the Caring Caregiver Show Facebook page, and see past episodes on video. But episode 1 kicked off, we had a mental health panel. And what an amazing mental health panel that we had with Kelly, Jamie, and Belinda talking about HICARE's 988 and really about how important it is for caregivers to take stock in the fact that you are mentally exhausted and you are not at your mental best. So it's super important that we realize that you don't just have to self-care physically, but that you self-care mentally. And it is so important for you to reach out and get that help and know that you can go to HICARE's 988 anytime and talk to somebody. You are mentally at risk just as much as you are physically. So please reach out to them, reach out to physicians, your physician, and let them know that you need help. On that same show, we also had Randy from Identity Theft, the Identity Theft Center, sharing how ways to protect yourself from identity theft, not just you, but also your caree, and what can happen. And so great episode there and great sharing from Randy. And that was episode 1. I'm going to try to get through this quickly today. I'm going to push this over here. There, look, I can see it. And so in episode 2 was an awesome episode. We had Alexis. Before that, we had Becky. Becky was on, and Becky Sampson is a life coach. And she was also shared her caregiving story, which was phenomenal. But she also pointed out the importance of how we need to really take care of ourselves, right? Life coaching is about prioritizing. And how you can, she is a declutter specialist as well. And that's interesting because you sometimes need to declutter your life and prioritize what's important, especially in caregiving. And knowing that your self-care and wellness is so important was an amazing discussion that we had. So you definitely want to go back and listen to that episode. And Alexis Muller came on from Koa Botanicals and helped us to understand the world of cannabis just a little bit better. I know it's a crazy world out there and there's a lot of stigma about it, but really it's just another herb, and there's a lot of herbal remedies out there. There's not only botanical or herbal oils and different types of things that we use for aromatherapy, but also cannabis is a wonderful way to help us to cope with some of the things that we need to. And that Koa Botanicals doesn't look at it as just a dispensary. They actually go into the science of cannabis and help you to understand how that science can work for you. So check them out and go back and listen to that one. And you can always contact them at Koa Botanicals. So that was a great discussion. And then episode 3, we had on Carlene. Carlene Cadet-Francoise is a life coach as well, but she also does a step-by-step guide to opening your own care facility. So she really understands some of the pitfalls that happen when you're placing someone you love. And she really shared with us some great points about what to look for when you're looking for a care home or someone that you care for, and how you can place your caree with confidence. So that was a great discussion, and thank you for that, Carlene. And also Danette came on, Danette Pernod, who's also one of our writers in the Giver's Guide magazine, and she is a holistic coach and lifestyle advocate who talks about how essential oils can help you, speaking of essential oils. And she shared that she has a self-care journal, which, by the way, is one of our top 10 gifts for caregivers in our new issue of Giver's Guides. And she wrote a book about His Body, Our Amputation, which is a story about her husband's amputation and how they cope through caregiving. And so that's a great gift as well. It wasn't even on there, but yeah, that is. So check that out and check her out. And of course, any of these guests that we've had, if you want more information, just contact us or go to the Givers Guides website, get a subscription. All their information is in there, or contact me and I'll get that information to connect with them. Episode 5, moving right along. One of my favorite guests we had on was Melissa Kokuza, who shared with us the LEQ. And I am just enamored with the LEQ. And I think that that should be under every Christmas tree. The LEQ is this little robot that is a companion robot. So once it's set up, the person that they're the companion to doesn't need to do anything except talk to it. And it's a companion robot that uses AI to learn what they need to do with reminders like, did you take your medication? Hey, how you doing? Haven't heard from you in a little bit. Are you okay? Are you bored? Let's sing it. Let's sing your favorite song. Let's talk about that story you told me. Let's share a memory. I mean, what a great companion. I wish I had this from my mom. I really, really do wish I had it from my mom instead of just the television. And of course, Percy came on, and Percy, you all know from Generations Magazine and very dear to me, and he shared some great knowledge about reverse mortgages. And there's a lot of stigma about there, but he shed some great light and understanding about that. And he also does presentations, free presentations that you can go to, and you can get all your questions answered at no obligation. Percy's a really great guy with a great heart, and all of our guests are. So he really had some great things to share. You can go back and listen to that episode. That was episode 4. Episode 5, Dr. Logan Dubose. Dr. Logan was amazing. He started a website all about connecting caregivers to resources and creating community. And that's everything we do. When I met him, I said, we have to connect for life, because that's exactly what we're doing. And it's olera.com, OLERA.com. You guys check him out and check out the website. There's a lot of information on there. And yes, he has some resources from here in Hawaii as well. And you can connect up with him. Really great discussion. Then we had episode 6 and 2 of the most heartwarming guests. Paul from Nursing Home Partners, who is just a love. And he shared such an emotional story about a caregiver who passed. And so you guys, there's that 50%. We lost one of our own, passed from caregiver burnout and had a stroke. And they stepped in and helped to make sure that the one he was caring for, his wife, was taken care of and was transitioned properly into care. And what a great story, and what a great heart. So different than a lot of sometimes these other sterile companies. So Nursing Home Partners, contact Paul. And then Annette came on, and I've just been so happy to make an acquaintance with Annette Cam, who out of her own journey didn't expect to write a book, but wanted to share what she went through and wrote the book, Wait, Don't Die Yet. And really just a story to help us to all understand the importance of preparation, being prepared, getting all those things together. Because like Vera's story talked about, she had to find everything. She didn't know where everything was. She had to pull it all together, and the stress that caused. So I can't stress to enough to all of you, be prepared, get it together, do it now. Don't wait till it's too late, for yourself as well. And get the book, Wait, Don't Die Yet. Annette really shares some wonderful tips that you'll need in preparing for your own care receiving journey as well. Then in episode 7, which was last week, and we missed Leilani, who came on today. So thank you, Leilani, again for coming on and sharing about Medicare and knowing that it's open enrollment. She was supposed to be on last week, and because of that signal being on the Big Island, she wasn't able to. So we did share our time with a very good friend of mine, Rena, and Rena was there to talk about Young Living essential oils. And so no matter where you get your essential oils, understanding how to use them to cope, to benefit. And Rena really shared some really good points about that. Go back and listen to that podcast or view that show. It's vital information. Sometimes we think that just because it smells good, we like it. But the scent is so important because it can do so many wonderful things. And Rena's right there for you. And I can put you in touch with her as well. And she's just such a good soul and really has shared some great information and been with us from the beginning. So thank you for that, Rena. And of course, we come to our final finale today, which, is really about our Caregiver of the Year. So our Caregiver of the Year contest, which is going on now, is going to be followed by our Caregiver of the Year Gala. And we're really excited about that, really looking forward to it. And just excited to know that the Caring Caregiver Show is making a difference. So go on to our website, go to gab808.org or /CGOY to not only vote, but to get more information about our caregivers and about our gala coming up in January. We'll be excited to see you all there. Okay, so that was this past season. Thank you for your time on that. I reviewed it all for you, and I can get you all the information you need anytime. And our season 11 will be here February of 2024. And we're going to kick off with a medical alert watch. I know you've all heard of those medical alert bracelets, but this is a medical alert watch. And that's going to be an exciting start to season 11 in February of 2024. And from now till then, we'll be rebroadcasting all of the things I just shared with you. So you'll be able to see the episodes rebroadcast each week, every Wednesday, same time at 12 o'clock of the Caring Caregiver Show from season 10. And of course, you can always check us out on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Google, or any platform. Just search Caring Caregiver Show or go to the website caringcaregivershow.com, getting that back up there on the screen, where you can find out all about the shows and all about the podcasts. And know that the Caring Caregiver Show is brought to you by Give Me a Break, but it is sponsored by Giver's Guides. So Giver's Guides is the online magazine. Please get your subscription at $24.99 to keep all this coming all the time. It pays for this podcast and it contributes to Give Me a Break to continue doing what we're doing. So if you get your subscription, know that every single penny is being used for caregivers. And of course, you can get connected by joining us online at our support sessions every week, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Hawaii time, where you can join a community of caregivers just like you. So, we made it through another show, and it's a season finale. Happiest holidays to all of you and your ohana from all of us here at the Caring Caregiver Show, Give Me a Break, and Giver's Guides. See you all live in the new year. Enjoy the rebroadcast till that time. And in the meantime, remember, breathe. Breathe for you. Don't breathe like that. Breathe in and breathe out and do it for you. Hoping you're finding more joy in your caregiving every week here on the Caring Caregiver Show and in your caregiving journey. Thanks for tuning in, and please always be kind to yourself and to all who are caring. Aloha, everyone.